What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Ridge here to talk some NBA prop plays over on Prizepicks for Thursday, January 26th. Yesterday, decent day. Can we say decent? You know, unfortunately for me, Jeremy Grant decided to get a late assist, which really screwed my under 6.5. Bradley Beal went under his points, rebounds, and assists again. I don't know why his line's so high. To be honest, I don't know what's up with Beal. Beal's a great player, has been for a long time, but for whatever reason, just not playing well, not even playing a ton of minutes. Very odd for Bradley Beal. Wendell Carter was a weird situation last night. He had 7 rebounds in his first rotation in 9 minutes and still somehow only finished the game with 10. But if you did take the over 9, he did hit that. And then, of course, Ja Morant, 29 points and like 13 assists. He had at least 12 assists. Went over his points and assists and just went over that number. I told you guys, I think he's got 29 in him tonight. He barely got there, so whether he took the points or the points plus assists, obviously blew past that, but the points alone also did cover. It's not a bad night for us. There were some winners there. Unfortunately, that Jeremy Grant play, it was this close. Jeremy Grant had to get that last rebound and had to get that assist in the fourth quarter. That was a little annoying, but shout out to Damian Lillard, man. He dropped 60. Let's get into plays tonight. Let's go.
For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by Prizepicks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man.
All right, so there are 2 plays for you here, and I want to show you guys a play that I found just very puzzling, the line overall. So Jaden Ivey is the play for number 1. He's obviously coming off a game where he had 11 assists. Killian Hayes did not play in that game. He's expected back tonight, so don't expect him to put up 11 assists again. Don't just hammer the over on his assists. But I do like the points and assists. Early on in his career, we were taking the points and assists, somewhere around 17.5, 18.5, all the way up to 19.5. I still like it at 19.5. The books also think it has some slight juice to the over. I think this is a pretty good spot for him against Brooklyn. Brooklyn, we know, are susceptible to guards. Is he going to see Joe Harris? Hopefully, because he can't guard nobody. He may see some Kyrie Irving. Killian Hayes will be back, though, so again, he will probably running more of the point, so not a ton of assist opportunities, but that does open him up to score. Last game, we saw his assists go up, his scoring go down. I'm expecting his assists to kind of stay somewhere around the 4 to 5 range, and he can still score 15, 16, even 20-plus points on this Brooklyn team that I believe allowed 138 to Philly last night. So a team on a back-to-back who just allowed 130 points should see lots of scoring opportunities for a player like Jaden Ivey, who is a competent scorer in the NBA and should be, if not a 1 or 2 option for this offense. We know that Bogdanovich can do a lot of scoring. Hayes will do a lot of facilitating. I think Ivey can be a guy who can score. And you see the matchup is also good. They're 22nd in terms of allowing points to opposing shooting guards. So they are in the bottom 10 in allowing points and assists to opposing shooting guards. And like I mentioned, if for whatever reason Hayes kind of starts off slow or is dealing with that injury, Ivey will be getting more assist opportunities, which is where this line becomes even more advantageous and why I really like it. You see the projection right around 23.2. All we need him to do is hit 20, and I think he can do that again tonight. The other one is Mason Plumlee under his rebounds at 10.5. I think this number is a little bit high, but again, he is up against Chicago. Chicago's hit or miss, man. They just blew a game to the Pacers. So who knows who's going to show up, but he is up against Nikola Vucevic, who has been one of the best rebounders in the NBA this season. I wanted his over because he is, again, playing against Charlotte, but in kind of a corresponding move, I decided to go the other direction. 12.5 for Vooch is high. He can obviously get it, but in my opinion, if I'm going to go his counterpart, Mason Plumlee, instead of taking the Vooch over, we'll take the Plumlee under because I think that's the better play here. You see Chicago's number 1 in allowing rebounds to opposing centers, only 13.1. We have him projected for right around 9.2. He's been only averaging around 9.2 anyways, so I think this is a pretty good spot and a reason why I do really like this play. Plumlee can get 10 rebounds, but to say he's going to get 11 against another dominant rebounder in Vucevic, I don't really see that necessarily happening. So for me, I'm taking the under on Plumlee. And let's talk about this Jalen Brunson play because I can't make any sense of it. His rebounds and assists at 8.5, minus 130 to the over on the books. He's been averaging 7.4. He's been bad. He hasn't hit his rebound or his assist prop in like each of the last 4 games. But I'm looking at my 100 possession data. And basically, the reason why I brought this up is because I still have him projected for an over. And the reason why is because it combines the last 5 and the 100 possession sim. So, you see the pace projected right around 100 possessions. So it's a pretty standard 100 possession game environment, which in the NBA now is a little bit slow. But the whole point is that in a regular game environment for the course of the season, Jalen Brunson would average somewhere around 11.1 assists if he plays 36 minutes based on his stats in a 100 possession environment. Again, slightly adjusted to this 100.325 possessions per game. So all that's saying, which is very crazy, is that you see this 8.5 number, it looks really good. You see the juice to the over, and you see if you're leaning on the actual sim data and what should probably happen based off of his averages and how he plays the game, he should be over this number. He's in a bit of a slump right now. Does he break out of it tonight? I'm not going to bet on that. But it was just one that I found that I was kind of like, that's so strange because he's been pretty bad. But the projections and the simulations kind of say that there's a pretty good shot that he does actually go over because he's just in a slump. But over the course of the season, he's actually been playing much better than he has been in this area. The matchup is pretty neutral, around 13.72 opposing point guards. I don't know if I bet on it. The assists for the Knicks, all over the place. RJ ain't getting any assists. Brunson's getting like 4 or 5 assists. We know he's capable of much more than that. And dude has not been rebounding at all. 0. All those rebounds have been going to Julius Randle. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't necessarily take it. But I think if you want to go after Jaden Ivey's points and assists at 19.5 or Mason Plumlee's under rebounds at 10.5, I think both of those are good plays. And as always, if you tail, give Prizepicks hell. And if we fail, do not bail. Make sure to drop me a like and subscribe for future content. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another NBA video. Good luck tonight, and I'm out. Peace.